dilate 2 from the x-axis? We write dilate 2 from the x-axis. What's the new rule going to be?
Y equals 2 x squared.
And what does the last one become?
2y.
Huh?
That's by 2, isn't it?
Why aren't they switched over? Why is the dilation from the x-axis x on 2 is 2y, then when you divide it by?
Can I do the column before it and see whether it helps? If I dilate left 2 units, what do I replace x with? I started y equals x squared, and I finished here.
X plus 2.
X plus 2. Correct? If you translate right 2 units, what do you replace x with?
X minus 2.
Is that okay? Do you agree? Happy about that? So to this one here, we're going to replace y with something, aren't we? Is that okay for me to do with w with a line underneath it? So, if I have y equals x squared as my original, and this is what it ends up with, what did you replace y with?
Y plus 2.
Plus 2 equals x squared, and when the 2 moves to the other side, it becomes minus 2. So I replaced y with, sorry, this will be y minus 2, and this will be y with
Writing that ball as well.
y plus 2. Can you see an opposite happening here? Can you see an opposite happening here? So in actual fact, it's always opposite. That was left minus 2, x plus 2. That was right 2, replace x with minus 2. That was going up, so replace y with y minus 2. That was going down, so replace y with y plus 2. Opposite to what you expect. Opposite to what you expect. In mapping notation, as you see, if that's a 2y, then y's been doubled. If that's a 2x, x has been doubled. So if we reflect over the x-axis, what value is changing? The y value is changing. So y gets replaced with negative y. So that my rule, which was y equals x squared, becomes minus y equals x squared. And then when we do the algebra to get at y equals, the minus goes on the other side. But the transformation meant that the y changed because the y value changed, not the x values. So if I reflect over the y-axis, what changes? X becomes negative x. If x was 2, it now becomes negative 2. If x was negative 1, it now becomes positive 1. So I'm going to replace x with minus x. But of course, minus x all squared gives you positive x squared. We reflect over the line y equals x. What do we replace with what?
X.
X with
Y.
y, and we replace y with
X.
x. Dilation by a factor of 2 from the x. Can you show me with your hands what sort of dilation that one is? By a factor of 2 from the x. Is it this or is it that? Is it this or is it... I need to see your hands. I need to see your hands. So we're doing this. It's up and down, correct? Are we changing the y values or the x values? We're changing the y values. So I'm going to replace y with its opposite, its opposite, its opposite, its opposite. So what do I replace it with? Y over 2. And then of course, if I've got y equals x squared, then I replace y with a half y equals x squared. When I do the algebra to clean up, what happens with the half? Pops over the other side as a 2. Is that alright so far? And then lastly, if you dilate by a factor of 2 from the y-axis, we are doubling the values of the x. So what do I replace x with? X on 2, and that's not a coincidence, and that's why you asked the question, and that's why I put it last. We're going to do opposites on the other side. We're going to do opposites on the other side. We're going to do opposites on the other side. Okay, so far. Are we comfortable with all of this? If I'm going to do formal notation, and I start with y equals f of x,